Have you ever wondered who lurked in the shadows of 19th century London, committing heinous crimes that shook the city to its core? In the late summer of 1888, an unseen terror began to stalk the cobblestone streets of Whitechapel, London. This was not just a common criminal, but a brutal, ruthless murderer, whose deeds would reverberate through history. The victims, tragically, were primarily women of the night, forced by circumstance into the dimly lit alleyways of the city. Their lives were cut short in the most horrific manner, with a level of brutality and surgical precision that hinted at a killer with potential medical knowledge. The raw fear and confusion that gripped the city was palpable. As each new victim was found, the terror grew. A nameless, faceless phantom was on the loose, leaving behind a bloody trail of unsolved murders. As the body count rose, so did the panic. The citizens of London were in the grip of an unseen menace, a phantom who would become known as Jack the Ripper. The law enforcement of the time was in a quandary. How could they catch a killer who left no trace, with no apparent motive? The investigation into the gruesome murders was fraught with challenges. Victorian-era forensics were in their infancy, lacking the sophisticated tools and techniques that we take for granted today. This, coupled with the lack of any discernible motive, made the task of catching the Ripper seemingly insurmountable. As the murders continued, the public's fear grew, but so did their fascination. Letters began to appear, allegedly written by the Ripper himself. These missives, filled with chilling descriptions and boasting of future crimes, further stoked the public's terror and intrigue. Yet, they offered little in the way of concrete leads. Were they genuinely the work of the infamous killer, or just the cruel hoaxes of opportunistic pranksters? The question remains unanswered. Amidst the growing panic, theories about the Ripper's identity began to emerge. The nature of the wounds inflicted on the victims suggested a knowledge of anatomy, leading some to propose that the Ripper could be a doctor, or perhaps a butcher. Yet, these theories were just conjecture, lacking any solid evidence to substantiate them. Some pointed to the city's underbelly, suggesting the killer could be a member of London's criminal underworld. Others believed the Ripper might be a gentleman of standing, using his social status as the perfect cover. The list of suspects was as long as it was varied, encompassing everyone from the local lunatic to the Prince of Wales himself. Yet, despite the myriad of theories and suspects, the true identity of the Ripper eluded the authorities. The more the investigation unfolded, the more elusive the culprit became. Theories abounded, but the identity of Jack the Ripper remained shrouded in mystery. The year 1888 passed, but the shadow of Jack the Ripper never truly lifted. Who was this enigmatic figure, and why does his legend persist over a century later? Even as we stand more than a century removed, the specter of Jack the Ripper continues to shroud popular culture. His terrifying tale has been adapted countless times across novels, films, and television series, each iteration fueling an enduring fascination with this faceless phantom. The identity of the Ripper remains one of history's most debated enigmas, a mystery that has captivated the imaginations of scholars, crime enthusiasts, and the general public alike. This unresolved puzzle keeps the Ripper's legacy alive, transforming him into a chilling symbol of the unknown. Over a century later, Jack the Ripper's legacy remains as chilling as ever, an embodiment of pure evil, or a stark reflection of the societal ills of the time. Perhaps we'll never know, but one thing is certain: the story of Jack the Ripper continues to haunt us, a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the hearts of men.